Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the importance of maintaining your individuality while still having a successful and long-term relationship. You should learn from my experiences as a family law attorney, a married man of 30 plus years with a grown daughter. So let's get smarter. A healthy marriage is one that has respect for each individual's autonomy and individuality. It doesn't mean that you have to be complete opposites or live completely separate lives. But what it does mean is that you need to find ways to maintain your independence without compromising your relationship. It's not an either-or situation. You don't have to sacrifice yourself to save your marriage. Find ways to be independent without sacrificing your relationship, like working out together or chores that you share. If you're unable to spend time alone, this is also something that is a typical sign of low self-esteem and can be a symptom of depression or anxiety. Spending time alone is an important part of being able to take care of yourself because it allows you to have time for reflection, self-care practices, and solitude. Let's face it, very few couples share every single interest with each other. What I mean is, you don't share all of the same interests. For instance, I like to play golf. My wife does not. She likes arts and crafts. I don't have a creative bone in my body. She loves to read. I'd rather watch a 2-hour movie than read a 500-page book. We're a couple, but we are not clones. My wife and I have been together for 35 years, married for 32. The one thing I can honestly say that has helped us to remain as so strong as a couple is that we have time for ourselves to pursue the stuff that we really enjoy. Now, there are many more things we enjoy doing together, such as watching TV programs, going to baseball games, watching our daughter play college soccer, road trips, etc. But we also enjoy having our individualistic things that we like to do with our friends and even family. It allows us to breathe independent of our reliance on each other without compromising our heart or harming our strength as a couple. It's always astonished me when you have couples that work together, live together, and do everything as a couple. That may work for some people, and I'm not saying there's anything bad about it. It would just not work for me. If I told my wife we had to sit down and create a YouTube video, I could not even describe what her face would look like because it's the last thing in the world that she would want to do. But here's the key. She allows me and encourages me to do so. She lets me be. Be careful, though. If you spend a majority of your time doing individual things and not enough time doing things together, this could be a sign your relationship needs some help. When you start using your individual interests to avoid your significant other, that is unhealthy. I had a friend, a dear friend, who had a radio show. Twice a week, he would go into the studio and talk for an hour about financial issues, the stock market, ways to save money, and he was quite good at it. In fact, he was amazing. However, his father passed away during his run of shows, and he kind of became obsessed with the radio show to the detriment of his significant other that he had been with for over 25 years. She began to feel neglected, and thus she pulled away from him. His concentration on the radio show, I believe, was used as a coping mechanism to deal with the death of his father, something you would normally absorb and deal with as a couple, and it was the main cause of the demise of their relationship. That's profoundly sad. It's been 17 years since that occurred, and even though he's in a new relationship, he's sad he did not recognize it and rectify it at the time. I love my wife dearly. She's the center of my world. I couldn't imagine life without her, but I'm also very glad she's not my entire world. Otherwise, I couldn't be making these videos for you. It's important to not be so dependent on other people that you never are able to spend time by yourself without feeling anxious or uncomfortable. When you're in a relationship, it's easy to give up your individuality for the sake of being with your partner. But this doesn't mean you should forget about yourself and live as one person. You should maintain your individuality while still being a couple. Here are some ways that I've found to maintain your individuality while still being a couple. Respect each other's time and space alone. Time alone is the one thing that can truly make each person whole and happy again. We need time to recharge and be the best versions of ourselves so that we can be present with others in a healthy way. Spend time together without having to be physically together all the time. With everyone working so hard and all the time, it can be difficult to find time to really connect with people. Technology has made us all more connected than ever. But is that a good thing? With screen time being at an all-time high and the digital dating on the rise, there are a lot of arguments for investing in quality face-to-face time with people who matter most. Share personal experiences without always relying on each other for support. The best way to avoid feeling like you need to rely on other people for support is by surrounding yourself with a strong, supportive group of friends and family. Allow your significant other to have hobbies and other interests. Having hobbies and other interests can give you important time enjoying the things you love and are passionate about. Sometimes when couples try to integrate their lives in every aspect, they can find it frustrating, even angering, to have to explain the details of what they're doing and why. Here's an example. I have a friend who's a pilot. He absolutely loves to fly. In fact, the guy has his own plane. He spends many, many hours flying, taking care of his plane, working on upgrades, the like. I'm sure you can imagine how many hours that takes away from his relationship with his spouse. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't share his love of flying with his spouse, because they fly all over the place. But she enjoys the success of his flying and not the process. She doesn't know how to file a flight plan, and she doesn't know what VNE or VNC speed is, yet she enjoys flying with him. It's his hobby that she enjoys his success in mastering. She gives him the space and time for him to enjoy his hobby while enjoying the fruits of his labor. It's a perfect integration of allowing him to be an individual while still maintaining the cohesiveness as a couple. And trust me, this couple's marriage is the model for my own relationship with my wife. They've been married for over 50 years, and I've been friends with them for over 30. They're amazing people, and they've really set the roadmap not just for me, but for many other couples. So I have to give a shout out. Thank you, Dave and Patty. Much appreciated. Well, that's the end of today's video. I hope it provided you with some insight and offered you some tools that you can use in your own relationship. But I would also like to know your thoughts. Please leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And we will see you in the next one.